I love Hoboken. I sell real estate here. I live here. I absolutely love Hoboken. And the truth is, I'm probably about to talk some of you out of actually moving here. If you cannot handle 10 things about this city, save yourself the trouble and stay where you are. I'm Tom Worley. I'm a fire captain here in Hoboken. I'm a real estate advisor here in Hoboken. And more importantly, I live here and I'm raising my kids here. I have a 5-year-old son and I have a 4-year-old daughter. I moved here around 20 or so years ago from the Jersey Shore area and fell in love with having everything at my fingertips. And lucky for me, I married a born and raised Hoboken girl, so I didn't even have to sell her on actually staying here and raising our family. This video is not a sales pitch. This video is meant to be a filter so that you don't waste your time moving here. Let's jump in. So Tom, if you love Hoboken so much, why are you going to tell us bad things that may not make us want to move there? Why am I telling you this? Because every year I watch people move here off of the highlight reel that Hoboken people, that Hoboken influencers and real estate agents post. Cute brownstones, this city view from Pier A Park or from whatever bar top that they're hanging out at, and the waterfront and the 10-minute path train into the city. But then the first chance that they get to leave, they list their place and they're out of here. They move back to wherever it is that they came from, having lost money on broker fees, on moving costs, maybe even a lease that they broke early. And the truth is, I'd rather talk you out of it now than sell you on it and then watch you regret it later. I'm not looking to do that to anybody. I love it here, but the truth is this place isn't for everybody. So before you sign anything, here are 10 things about living in Hoboken that will make or break whether or not you actually last here. Number 1, your square footage is going to shrink. You're trading space for location. If you need a yard, a driveway, I don't know, a spare bedroom for a home gym or home office or whatever it is that you need that spare bedroom for, Hoboken apartments are going to feel small, and they're going to feel small quickly. Most units here are built for efficiency, not necessarily square footage. But there are solutions if you want there to be. The parks, they become your backyard. Places like Pier A Park, 4th Street Park, Columbus Park, the Southwest Resiliency Park now, they become your backyard and your hangout. You can't throw a rock in the city without hitting a gym or a yoga studio, so there is plenty to do. Your apartment basically becomes your home base, and you end up spending so much time out in the city actually living your life and not stuck inside of your 4 walls. So, number 1, your square footage is going to shrink. Number 2, the bar noise, it's a real issue, especially downtown. Washington Street and the blocks near the PATH station, they get loud on weekend nights, right? They get people from out of town that come in here to party. There's a place lovingly referred to as Irish Corner. So if your building sits anywhere in that bar stretch and things like that, expect noise past midnight on Fridays and Saturdays, hell, during football season, probably even Sundays too, right? So ask what floor you're on and what's directly below you before you sign anything or before you make that offer. One trick that actually helps, in a conversation that I have with my clients, is making sure that maybe your bedroom faces the rear of the building instead of the street. This gives you a little bit of noise relief if you do need to be, what you fall in love with is down in those areas and you don't want to deal with the street noise. So that's an easy solution, is making sure that your bedroom is maybe on the back half of the building and not necessarily facing that street to avoid the pour out from the bars and the things like that. So, certainly want to know what floor you're on, take a look at it, go see units, right? Especially this is a huge financial decision when you're buying a place. Go see the units, try and walk around the area when it is a busy time of day. So those weekends, evenings, and things like that, if you have the ability, knock on a neighbor's door, see how it is, get real insight to what it is that you're buying. Now this next one is my number 3 on my list, is for my investors or people that have the thought process that they're going to buy this place, live in it, and then move off of it. The rent control in this city heavily favors the tenants, and it's going to change the math on whether or not this place makes sense for you. Hoboken has one of the strongest rent control laws in New Jersey, And again, it heavily favors the tenants. If you're renting, that protects you. But if you're buying a multifamily or you're buying a condo unit that you plan to eventually rent out, and you plan to maybe raise the rents and turn these units over, you need to understand the law, because it will limit how fast you can do that and how much you can really increase that rent each time you turn it over. That said, buying an investment property here is still solely about the numbers working. Even with the rent control in play, we can forecast increases and base your value breakdown of that building on the current rent rolls paired with the legal increases that we will be allowed to increase over time in what we currently know is the current rent roll guidelines, the current rent control guidelines. It just means you need to plan around it instead of just ignoring it, and you need to get out in front of it. So in Hoboken, each year you're allowed to raise the legal rent by the lesser of 5% or the CPI in which the lease is renewing. So that changes the numbers and the way that you're going to run your investment math from building to building and from unit to unit. So that's a big one for my investors, is that rent control is going to change the math. And while we are on the thing about everything about costs and things like that, number 4 on my list, the cost per square foot, it is high. And frankly, it is unapologetically high. I will be honest with you. You're paying for the location, the transit access, and things like that, and the convenience of living in a city. You're not paying for the extra space. Hoboken runs among the highest prices per square foot in the state, and that's just a fact. Factor property taxes and the HOA fees and things like that, your monthly number is going to possibly get away from you, right? So you need to know what those things are and what those real monthly numbers are before you get into and dive into and purchase that unit. By the way, guys, if we haven't met yet, again, my name is Tom Worley. I've been helping people navigate this real estate market for well over a decade. And the biggest thing that I like to bring to my clients is full transparency, which is a reason for videos like this. So if you find this useful, hit that subscribe button for more true, transparent insight as to what you're actually getting into and educational pieces about what it is to actually own or live here in Hoboken. And you can download some Hoboken guides in the description of this video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment or text the number on your screen, and I'm happy to answer whatever questions that you may have. Now let's get into the other things. Now, number 5 on this list is a big one. You're going to need to lean on the public transit, not necessarily a car. If you need a car, I have a car in Hoboken. It is possible, that's the truth. But your best bet is to lean heavily into the public transportation. Right? We've got an airport. We got Newark Liberty, 20 to 25 minutes away, which is genuinely close for, overall New Jersey travel. But your day-to-day here is going to run based on the PATH train, on the light rail, the ferry, the New Jersey transit schedule, and even the free Hoboken Hop bus, which is a free little white bus down in Atlantic City. Used to call them jitneys and things like that. That runs around the town and it has multiple routes. It has an app that you can watch it in real time, see where it is, jump on and off of it. So your day is going to be based around that transit, or frankly, the amazing walkability of our city in general. So if having a car is something that is a hard stop for you, you absolutely 100% cannot live without your car, there will be some obstacles. We can get past them, we can work through them, but that is definitely something to consider when you're moving to this town. This next one is really speaking more to the families or the people that are going to eventually start a family while they're here and let their kids, kind of start out and grow up a little bit here. And that's that the school capacity here is tight, but the free programs are worth knowing about, and they're a reason why a lot of people stay. Let me give you my own, kind of experience and back end on this stuff. My daughter is in just finished the free pre-K3 program, and she got waitlisted heading in. Now, my son was already in the free pre-K3 program. He moves on to pre-K4. Once they get a spot, they're guaranteed to stay there. But he moved on to the 4 program. My daughter got waitlisted. She did eventually get in before the school year started, but that wait is a real problem, and it certainly caused some anxiety. So go in kind of expecting it, but understand that families move in and out of this town all the time. So chances are that you're going to be able to get in before the school year actually starts, right? And Hoboken's doing a great job of continuing to expand and pour more resources into that free pre-K 3 and 4 program. It's been huge for my family. I have clients here who have flat off put off moving out because that type of program doesn't exist in a lot of places. It is convenient. And if you go to the suburbs, you're going to be paying for daycare or pre-K and things like that. And that needs to be weighted when making your decision as to whether or not you're going to stay here. There's also the Mile Square program here that both of my kids went through, and that's for kids that are under 3. Plus, the reality is there are more daycares here than anywhere that I've seen in 1 square mile. This city truly caters to the working parents. There are so many, dual income households in this city, and so many kids are in and out of the daycare systems and the school system. Hoboken has done a great job handling that and putting infrastructure and resources behind continuing to get families to stay here. Now, these next 2 that I'm going to cover, I'm going to be honest with you, not the best things to have to cover. But again, this is about transparency. This is about giving you the truth. Number 7 on my list of things that if you can't handle it, maybe this city isn't for you, is the consistent flooding issue that Hoboken has. Now, the city floods from east to west, right? So the low points in this city are not necessarily where people expect them to be. Everybody looks at the waterfront, oh, the waterfront must flood. Wrong. When we deal with real flooding issues, if we're dealing with high tide and things like that, yes, there will be some flooding up near the water, but the truth is this city runs backwards towards Jersey City. So the low points are really on the west end. You deal with flooding near ShopRite at 9th and Madison constantly. You deal with flooding in the southwest corner of Hoboken constantly. Getting in and out of town with your cars is a nightmare when we're dealing with flash flooding. Now the city is doing everything that it can to repair that infrastructure. They've put new pumps in through the sewage authority. They've built all these resiliency parks. They're trying to keep up with the flooding, but because we are only a few feet above sea level, flooding is just a natural way of life here. But the good news is, while it does affect your driving, it rarely really affects walkability. So you can still get around and things like that, but flooding is definitely an issue. Now, in terms of getting around, that brings me to number 8. Parking is going to cost you monthly. If you own a car, plan on paying for it. Street parking, we have resident permits, so you'll learn the rules and things like that of where you can park, when you can't park there, things like that. And we do have street cleaning rules, so you'll have to move your car on a regular basis. But a garage spot is gonna run you a few extra hundred bucks. That's just the truth. If you have a car and you want to get a spot, you're gonna have to pay for it on top of that mortgage number or things like that. So here's what I tell a lot of my clients: try the street parking thing for a little bit, see if it works out. And if you absolutely need a spot, there are plenty of municipal garages or privately owned garages where you can rent a monthly spot. But the truth is, a lot of people end up getting here and maybe realize they don't necessarily even need a car. So if they need the car, they'll leave it at mom's house or something like that. And when they need to go get it, they can take public transportation out there to get the car for a long weekend with friends or things like that. So parking is tricky. You're going to have to learn how to navigate it. And if that's something that you don't necessarily want to take on, again, maybe this isn't the best place for you. Tickets and street cleaning tickets, things like that, it's just a way of life. It is a rite of passage, we'll call it, of living in Hoboken. Getting that street cleaning ticket because you forgot to move your car for the 9 a.m. street cleaner and you went off to work. So parking, it's gonna cost you. That's why it's number 8 on my list of 10 things that maybe this isn't the area for you if you can't handle it. Now, number 9 has to do a little bit with driving as well, and the cars topics while we're on it. Construction is going to slow down driving, but it doesn't slow down walking. That's the nice part. Hoboken, again, we are in 1 square mile and it never stops building, ever. It is wild. I don't understand how it continues. Most of the new buildings going up, right? They are going to close down streets, right? You've got water main replacements. You've got new infrastructure from the city that they're putting in on an ongoing basis to try and fight against the flooding that we covered earlier. If you drive in this city, expect detours. And depending on the time of day, if you're battling school traffic and things like that, expect to add extra time onto anything that you're doing. If you're just trying to get over to ShopRite or get over to Acme to get your groceries, you very well may hit 1 or 2 detours that turn that quick 5-minute ride into a 15 to 20-minute ride. So it's something that you need to kind of learn to plan around. And don't even get me started on trying to get out of town if things get backed up here. So if you walk, which most people have learned to do around here because it makes life easier, it barely touches your day. Construction's going to slow down the driving, not your walking. Now, number 10 here, this is something that people tend to kind of buy into once they get here. And that's everybody kind of knows each other, right? So yes, we're in 1 square mile, and it means that you're going to run into people, neighbors and people in your building, at coffee shops, at the dog run, at the grocery store, constantly. You're going to see people all the time. That walk from the PATH train back to your building or from the ferry back to your building should be a 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk, whatever it is. It very well could turn into happy hour, then dinner with friends, then out till 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and the next day is awful because it is that type of town where everybody kind of, you have your circles and you know where people are going to be, and it becomes a very vibrant and social place to live, is the truth. But if you are looking to just kind of live in a city and disappear, it's possible here, but I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. So everybody kind of knows everybody, and you understand that moving into that. So who is this town actually for, right? And that's a question I get all the time. And the truth is, this city is great because the truth is it's for everybody. And you'll find your kind of niche and figure out what works for you and what areas work for you. So if you're open to walking more than you probably drive, or you're open to actually using public transportation, again, like the PATH train, the light rail, the ferry, NJ Transit, the hot bus, things like that, we are one of the best areas in the region for that public transportation. We make getting around very, very convenient because we have so many options for public transportation. If you want a real sense of community, not just some mailing address because oh yeah, I tell your friends I live in Hoboken, right? Then this is a place that you're going to want to call home. The parks, the local events, all of this stuff delivers here. And if work-life balance matters to you more than square footage or trading the commute time for a 10-minute train ride into the city, this city has the real quality of life upgrade that the suburbs, frankly, cannot touch. So if you made it through that list and you're still interested, that tells me that we should probably have a conversation about what it looks like to live here. So you can text the number on your screen with any questions that you have. You can jump into the description of this video and download my free Hoboken guide about kind of walking through the entire city and what it is to be here, all right? Or you can schedule a strategy session on the link below or by texting the phone number on your screen. Guys, thanks for following along. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more transparent Hoboken videos and Hudson County videos like this, as well as home tours and education about the real estate process in general. Thanks for following along, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.